So here's a copy of those guided notes. It should be attached to your Google Classroom stuff. So you should have already filled all of this stuff out on Tuesday. If you didn't, go back to Tuesday's video, watch that, and fill it out as you go. So if you already filled it out, really the only blank stuff you should see is at the very, very bottom of your page, where we're going to take a look at certain examples of ethos, pathos, and logos together. So let's start with a really quick review. Ethos is an ethical appeal. Remember, ethos appeals to the speaker's ethics, his or her character, credibility, and authority on the subject. Yesterday, I used the example of if you wanted to get the expert opinion from someone to say how smoking is really bad for you, you might want to talk to a doctor. They have credibility, they have authority on that subject about your health. So a doctor would be someone to ask about the benefits of stopping smoking. The audience has to trust the speaker in order for that persuasion to happen. So I would trust a doctor about the benefits of stopping smoking. Pathos is that emotional appeal. Remember the other day we watched that video of Sarah McLachlan and the puppies, how horrible the shelters were for them, so that you needed to go out and help a dog or a cat in that situation. So pathos is that emotional appeal. It makes you feel sad, happy, angry, fear. It makes you want to go out and do something. So pathos is an appeal to an audience, their emotions. By invoking emotions, the speaker is more likely to persuade the audience. Pathos can be very powerful because humans are emotional creatures. Any emotion, fear, sympathy, love, joy, pity, anything like that can make you persuade someone. Pathos makes a personal, emotional appeal. Logos, logical appeal. Logos is an appeal to logic and reasoning. The speaker is proving his or her claims with evidence and reasoning. Strong evidence and solid reasoning is difficult to dismiss. So logos is essential to persuasion. So remember, that is facts, figures, graphs, charts, numbers, anything like that. That's all logical stuff that would help you prove your point. Persuade someone to believe what you believe. All right, so remember, an easy way to remember the difference between those three types of persuasion. Ethos means expert on the topic. You would talk to a doctor about stopping smoking because they're an expert on your health. Pathos, pathway to your heart. That means any kind of emotional appeal, anything that makes someone sad enough, happy enough, angry enough to go do something or to see your point of view is pathos. Logos is logical, statistics, facts, figures, charts, graphs, anything that would help prove your point with logical facts is logos. So let's take a look at that example from your notes page. Okay, so underline where you think ethos is being used, highlight where pathos is being used, and then change the font color for anywhere you think you see logos. So here's the paragraph that we're looking at. All right, as a doctor who studied sleep cycles and the effects of sleep deprivation, I am here to advise you to make a conscious effort to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Sleep deprivation results in decreased productivity during the day, but can have even worse effects. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, sleep deprivation contributes to 100,000 car crashes each year. Many of these crashes are fatal. Do you really want to kill someone behind the wheel just because you did not get enough sleep? Do you want to go to jail for an accident you could have prevented? Do you want that kind of guilt to keep you from sleeping for the rest of your life? Just get the sleep in the first place, please. So again, we are looking for that ethos, pathos, and logos in this paragraph. So on your notes page, go ahead and underline where you see ethos, highlight where you see pathos, and change the font color for logos. Go ahead and hit pause right now in the video. We'll go over the answers when you're ready. All right, so let's take a look at your notes page here. All right, so as a doctor, this person is an expert because they have studied sleep cycles and sleep deprivation. So this whole portion right here, that part is going to be that expert or ethos. That part right there is going to be that expert or ethos. So I'm going to go ahead and underline that. I might even make a little note to myself here. That ethos has been underlined. Pathos has been highlighted. And logos, I'm going to change the font color to red on that one. Okay. Sleep deprivation results in decreased productivity during the day, but can have even worse effects. All right. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, sleep deprivation contributes to 100,000 car crashes each year. That is a statistic that they pulled off the internet, that they pulled off that website, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So that is logical. Those are numbers, facts, figures, statistics. So I'm going to change that to my font red. That's my logos. Many of these crashes are fatal. Do you really want to kill someone behind the wheel just because you did not get enough sleep? Do you want to go to jail for an accident you could have prevented? Do you want that kind of guilt to keep you from sleeping for the rest of your life? Oh my gosh, those questions should make you feel really emotional, really sad, make you believe that you need to get enough sleep. So if that's an emotional thing, that was my pathos, pathway to your heart. All right. So on your guided notes, the next question says, which appeal is the most persuasive to you and why? This is a personal question. You can answer this however you want. For me, usually the pathos is the one that actually gets me, that emotional appeal. So choose your best answer on this one. What appeal is the most persuasive to you and why? Okay, if you need to hit pause to finish answering that question, absolutely go for it. All right, so for our journaling activity for today, we are going to be trying to use those ethos, pathos, and logos arguments in our 3.8 paragraph on the topic of, are zoos cruel or are they cool? Are they something that are good or bad for animals? All right, we'll talk about this a little further when you guys get to this point. So identify your examples in the following way in your paragraph that you're going to write. I want you to underline where you're using ethos. Ethos is that expert opinion, someone who is very versed on what a zoo does. Highlight pathos, that emotional appeal. Change the font color for logos. Anywhere you use a statistic, fact, figure, graph, chart, anything like that. So if you need it, that 3.8 paragraph, remember, 3.8 means you have 3 points to prove, and then you're using 8 sentences to do it. So here's your outline. So for each sentence, that's the structure that you need to follow. So just write your answer at the bottom of this page. Try your best. This is just practice. I'm going to check in on each one of your answers at the end of class. All right, guys, have at it. If you have anything, let me know. I'm here to help you. We'll get through it together.